All right, now we got to get into the fact that Jasmine Crockett, who is coming out of District 30 in Texas, and then we got the good old Al Green coming out of District 9 in Texas. Both of those districts, ironically, are in Dallas, Texas. Now, in case you're unfamiliar, which I'm sure you are if you're watching this channel, Representative Jasmine Crockett is out of Dallas. She's the loudmouth ghetto congresswoman that makes a mockery out of hearings and just has nothing but hatred towards Trump. But then we got Al Green, named after the famous historic Hall of Fame R&B singer, and who is a failed congressional member who has just been hanging on by a thread, who has an infatuation with impeachments. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you some clips for just how they're dealing with the meltdown of the fact that they have lost their seats. It's over. It's a wrap. Now you got to go find other work, or you're going to actually have to be competitive. See, in these districts, Jasmine Crockett stepped in and took over for someone who had passed away. And she was a state representative, but she had been sponsored. And if you ever saw the clip, she was talking so proper and so dainty.
Absolutely. First of all, it's good to see you in the new year. You know, no one could have told me that when I went down to Austin, now it looks like a little bit over a year ago, that I would be running for Congress. It's just not what my plan was.
And whoever her handler is must have said, hey, listen, here's your role when you get to D.C. You're going to have ghetto. You're going to have to get big hair, long lashes. You have to talk as if you have no education.
Listen, he up there, he's hearing all kinds of nonsense.
Now, what's quite funny about that is Benny Johnson, who's a conservative commentator, or, you know, he's a big part of the Turning Point movement with Charlie Kirk, and he's got his own movement, but he actually did a mini documentary. He did research, and they found where Jasmine Crockett was from. She's from St. Louis. She also went to a high school that costs roughly, I believe, about $25,000 a year, K through 12. She went to one of the top law schools, which was $35,000 a year. Now, you're not coming from the projects or eating syrup sandwiches if you're going to a K through 12 school that is $25,000, somewhere around there, allegedly, a year. You're not doing that. But yet, she plays the persona like she just some black woman that came from the struggle and she fighting for the people. Realize something, and this is for black folks. I mean, for anybody watching, but this is something you watch for some of these black politicians. The ones that act overtly ghetto like that, they are the most privileged, because what they're doing, they're cosplaying what they believe or perceive a ghetto black person to be. See, that's blackface with a black face. Nobody wants to call that out. That's all she's doing. She's cosplaying. Her mother and father didn't grow up in the hood. She didn't grow up in the hood. So what is she doing? She's emulating. And then Al Green, he's 77. So he's been around. You know, he's one of those Democrats that have been in so long, just by name recognition, he gets elected. Now, as you can see in this article, it says musical chairs for Democrat. Lawmakers scramble to find footing with new Texas congressional maps. Now, I want to point something out to you about these two particular. They're the two loudest. How many times have Al Green tried to impeach President Trump? 3. Jasmine Crockett, how many pieces of legislation has she passed? 0. Nothing she's done. As a matter of fact, as we all know now, she is nothing more than wanting to be a social media star. Matter of fact, check out this quick clip where Laura Ingraham breaks down Jasmine Crockett and how she was exposed and how Crockett handled it. She didn't deal with it well. Check this clip out.
Oh, how noble and sacrificial of her. Which is the real Jasmine Crockett, though? Well, the call for public service came and Jasmine answered. But back to that Atlantic profile, they saw something else in Crockett, a raging narcissism. And for a woman who claims to be so tough, she has exceedingly thin skin. They described her as highly conscious of her self-presentation. Crockett wore acrylic nails painted with the word resist and a set of heavy lashes over her brown eyes. The lock screen on her phone is a headshot of herself. And Crockett apparently thinks she should be able to control to whom a journalist speaks when they're actually reporting a profile. 4 days before this story was published, Crockett called me to express frustration that I'd reached out to so many House members without telling her first. She told me, shutting down the profile and revoking all permissions. Yeah. And yet another gem that speaks to Crockett's highly racialized view of the world from the same profile. Crockett said that Hispanic Trump supporters had almost like a slave mentality. I asked Crockett whether she had ever regrets about her public comments. She raised her eyebrows and replied, I don't second guess. You know how that ends. Well, bless her heart. Now, she may be a...
As you can see, even from that, the reporter from the Atlantic was doing a piece on her. And just through digging a little bit, got to talking with staff members and other congressional members and found out nobody likes her. Nobody at all. And when she found out how much dislike she had and that it was going to be publicized, she really thought as a congressional member, only a sophomore congressional member, she thought she had the juice to pull the cord on the Atlantic, a left-wing outlet, thought she had the juice to pull the cord on them publicizing the article. Guess what she learned real quick? You don't. Jasmine Crockett, AOC, these folks believe they're far more important than what they really are. They really think they're more important than other people. See, I believe that people play roles, but I don't believe on a human level, any life is any better or any worse than another life. And here's why I say that. Even if it's an individual that nobody likes, there's a mother or a father or somebody somewhere that loves this individual. If nothing else around, God loved them. And I know that when people do certain things, you know, somebody hurts a family member of mine, I'm not thinking about those things either. But it's the fact that these politicians actually take this like godlike complex. It's like, you know, her having her staff members pick her up in Escalades, even though that's not in the budget, and how they have to come to her apartment to work because she's not coming in, and how they have to greet her. It's like all of this exaltation. And why is that? Everybody's just coming to work to do an assignment, a task. Your task is you're the congresswoman. If you're enjoying this video, do me a solid, hit that thumbs up, because I will never ask you for a cash app or a super chat, but you hitting that like button, it helps get the information out to the other people. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. And whether you're subscribing right now or you're already subbed to the channel, make sure that you hit the notification bell and you select all, because YouTube has been having issues with the notifications. But when you select all, that's the best way to make sure that you get notified the next time I upload a new video. Their task is they're whatever they are. But how does that merge into they becoming your personal servants? That's insane to me, but it don't stop there. Let's check out this data about what's actually going on in Dallas. Check this out right here. So you got these two loudmouth Congress people. They always run around talking about Trump and MAGA, and wait till you see the clip. Some of it is going to piss you off when you see what she said, because the next clip I'm going to show you is with her and Gavin Newsom. Those two decided to get together and jump down on a podcast. Wait till you see this. But Dallas 8th grade test score rankings placed the city's students below the national average for large cities in both reading and math. According to the 2022 National Assessment of Educational Progress, NAEP, for 2022, Dallas average reading score was 241 compared to the large city average of 255, with only 12% of Dallas students reaching an NAEP proficient level. You know what that's largely accountable to? Big cities like Dallas that are ran by these congressional members. It's just the way that it is. So while they're running around talking all this crap about everybody else, they're not even getting things done in their own district. And yet now she's considering, they say, one thing about the Democrat Party, it looks like they always do is fail forward. It's like the worse you do, the more destructive you are, the higher you're rewarded. Like Brandon Johnson out of Chicago, that is just running, him and Gavin Newsom running it to the ground. This may be funny, but don't be shocked if in 5 years, Brandon Johnson isn't being ran for president. They're already trying to sneak Gavin Newsom in there now. But you might say, what, Brian, you're crazy. No, pay attention. On the left, it seems as if the more destructive and the more chaotic you can be without pushback from the people. They're not rioting. They're not tearing up the city. They're not calling for them to be ousted. They're not even calling for them to be, what is that word called? When they take them out and they have somebody else's, like what Arnold Schwarzenegger did in California back in the 2000, like 2006, where they just totally kick you out of office during midterm and put somebody else in there. Nobody's trying to do that to them. So what the powers that be, they say, oh, okay. So they can fulfill the task. They can be destructive. They can rip all the money from the people. They can let all the businesses run away, tear the city and the state up, and have enough pizzazz where the people still like them. The fact that Californians still fawn over Gavin Newsom is nuts. All they talk about, the women, how attractive he is. Forget the fact that he destroyed LA. Forget the fact that all the fires that have been burned down. Forget the fact of the budget. Forget all the businesses. Forget the crime. Forget the homelessness. He's attractive. That's what's happening on that side. And it's insane. And that's why we have to do everything we can to keep educating people and keep our foot on the throttle, because these folks are relentless and we know what they're coming with. Now, check out this clip here of Jasmine Crockett, and Gavin Newsom. These two had the audacity to get together and jump on a podcast and check out what they have to say about MAGA. And tell me what you feel about this after you watch it. Check this out.
You can wave all the flags you want to, but I am telling you right now that the most unpatriotic people that we have in this country are MAGA and this president. We are the real patriots, and it is time for us to take our flag back and show people what America is about. You can't say that you love the Constitution while decimating it with every single stroke of a pen for an executive order, while decimating it, while you are disrespecting our troops that have signed up to protect our freedoms, not just here, but abroad. And then you're taking people's freedoms away using those exact same troops. You can wave all the flags you want.
So as you just heard, this loudmouth woman, okay, so you can wave all the flags you don't know. The most unpatriotic people in the country are the ones that want to make America great. And as you heard her say, the Democrats, the left, they're the real ones fighting for it. They're the real ones that love America. They're the ones that let the illegal immigrants in. They're the ones that took inflation up to 9.2%. They're the ones that made unemployment insane. They're the ones who faked on their job numbers when really all they were creating was government jobs and part-time jobs. They're the ones that was giving all the money away to all of the other countries that got the whole Israel and Palestine thing rocking and rolling, got the whole allowed the Ukraine and Russia situation to get out of control. She's right. They're the ones. But do you see that mentality she has? She really thinks that what she's doing is right. That's why these people are dangerous. That's why they cannot be anywhere near power or the White House. A woman like her knows she's lying. She's too intelligent to even believe what she's saying is right. So it's one of two things. Either she is a complete psychopath, I'm talking about what do they call a sociopath, where she knows that what she's doing is horrible. She knows it's bad, but she can watch her family lose everything she got and eat a sandwich and some chips, smile, and even send a text and might take a selfie and smile while watching that. That's her. Because she knows everything that the Democrats have implemented and done has not been for the benefit of anybody but criminals, trans people, LGBTQ, and illegals. That's it. But your average person that's going to work, your average person that's taking care of their family, praising God, just wanting to live their life, that's proud to be an American, is shunned and looked down on by these people. We're not anymore. We standing tall, looking them dead in their eye and saying, it ain't even about bring it. I'm bringing it. Be ready. That's really what the big thing that we should say. Be ready. And it's on site. So anytime they want to start with these verbal tirades, someone like myself, I'm always ready to go. And one thing I always realize, whenever we do get into verbal disputes, I don't care if it's restaurants or different places, and I've been in them. People might recognize me. People want to spark it off. And it's always respectful on my end. But one thing I realize, and I'm not one to curse or any of that, when you start hitting them with facts, not the whole my truth thing. You know, I can't stand when somebody says my truth. No, the truth. Verifiable data. Men lie, women lie, the numbers don't. When you start hitting them with like that, you know what they do? They start insulting you, or they run away and say they're running away because you're so ignorant. Like Amanda Seals did, that left-wing extremist, way radical black woman that went out there and had that debate with those conservatives and got washed. So she's telling them, they don't want to listen to the facts. I've got the facts. That's what she was saying. No, these people were giving her data. But since their data didn't match her whatever they call it, lived experience, they weren't that. So then people start using the my truth thing. That's BS. BS. Now, this next clip that I want to show you is that people always believe, a lot of times people think nothing's going on. I'm going to show you this woman at a recent rally that Jasmine Crockett did. And this woman went in there and brought it in front of the whole audience. And she was so brave because she was alone. And she's not a big woman. And that was a raucous crowd. Check this clip out of this woman putting Jasmine Crockett in her place to her face. Check this out.
Get off me! Get off me! Get the
I used to stay at my granny's house. She was one of my favorite people in the entire world.
Jasmine! The people of Dallas deserve better than a fake ghetto hood rat. Do they know you're a rich kid from Missouri? Do they know you're a spoiled rich kid from Missouri?
No, ma'am.
Do they know? Don't touch me.
No, ma'am.
Don't touch
you
me.
get your ass out
Don't
here. Get
touch
your ass
me.
out of here.
Get her off me. Get off me.
Get out.
Get off me.
I know.
Get her off me first. Get her off me first. Yes, she is.
I'm standing.
Do your people know you're a spoiled rich kid from Missouri? Get it! Get it! Get it! Fuck you! Fuck you! Get off me! Get off me! Get off me! Get off me! Get the fuck off!
All right, let's go.
Are you proud?
Just in case I gotta cuff you up. Let's just go.
For what?
Let's go. I'm telling you to leave.
Good for that lady for going in there. And you heard, did you tell him you're a spoiled rich kid from Missouri? Now, a lot of times people, the media likes to spin it and make other cultures, other races of people believe that, oh, the black people, they love Jasmine Crockett. They rally behind her ghettoism. No, we don't. As a matter of fact, this brother in this next video clip says it better than I could. Check this out.
Jasmine Crockett just lost her congressional seat. I couldn't be more motherfucking happier. And it's for all you other black women that start sentences off with, I'm a black woman. Like we can't see you. We see you. We know exactly what the fuck you is. You don't have to state the obvious. Every last one of y'all that start off conversations stating the obvious that way, I immediately get in my motherfucking bag, in my mental, and leave. Wrong with you? I'm not about to sit here and talk to a bunch of retards. You sit there talking with something. I'm a black woman. As a black woman, you don't have to start a sentence off that you cuckoo dodo birds. You don't. Everybody with a pair of eyes can see you. You tell that to the blind man with a cane that you a black woman, that you need to support black business. Because if they walk in there and they see that you black, it don't fucking matter. They already got to support the business. Stupid motherfuckers. Thank God that Jasmine Crockett gone. I needed that.
Yeah, there you have it. Like he said it, and he said it straight up and down. Now, let me get back into this article real quick. Let's talk about the debacle that they're going through, all right? So again, musical chairs for Democrats. Lawmakers scramble to find footing with new Texas congressional maps. With fewer reliable blue districts, existing lawmakers are being put in something of a bind. There's your boy, Al Green. Now, this man is 77 years old. His hair ain't that black. And I'm somebody with facial hair. How he has it going on like that with the Wolfman kind of, the Neanderthalic look, it is interesting. In the days since Texas legislature approved a new congressional map, lawmakers and candidates have been eyeing the new district lines. Several have already announced their plans to switch seats or step down based on the updated map. This includes Rep. Lloyd Doggett, who currently represents the 37th congressional district in Austin. Doggett has said that if the new map is in effect for the upcoming midterms, he will step down, paving the way for Rep. Greg Cesar, who currently represents the other half of Austin in the 35th district, to stay in office. The new map passed at the request of President Donald Trump, gives Republicans better odds to add 5 new Republican seats on Capitol Hill in the 2026 midterms. Mark Jones, a professor at Rice University in Houston, said the areas where district lines were redrawn all have something in common. There are definitely places where Democrats hold seats, and there are places where Republicans believe they can gain an advantage, with a strong focus on areas where Republicans have seen growth in the Latino vote, Jones said. The new map is forcing some elected officials to make new choices, including Rep. Al Green, who represents District 9 in the Houston area. The new District 9 will bear no resemblance to the old District 9. It only has about 5% of the old district in it. On the other hand, the new District 18, that's the one that was historically represented by Sheila Jackson Lee. And if y'all don't know who she is, she's a former congressional member, and she's passed away. So I'll leave it at that, out of respect. Represented by Sheila Jackson Lee, who passed away, then by Sylvester Turner, who passed away, and now there's a special election that contains 2/3 of Green's old District 9, Jones said. I don't know if I'd want that district. If the last 2 people that ran it passed away, I don't know if Al Green is 77. So it's a natural place for him to move into, see? Especially since there is no incumbent right now, because they're holding a special election in November that's virtually certain to go to a late January or early November runoff. The fallout from the maps is playing out like musical chairs for Democrats as congressional representatives scramble to adjust to fewer seats in reliably blue districts. Here in the Houston area, we've gone from effectively having 4 Democratic districts to 3, Jones said. That means that there's going to be 1 Democrat out. Either whoever wins the special election in District 18, Congressman Al Green, Congresswoman Lizzie Fletcher, or Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia. Each Democratic district has shifted boundaries too, which makes it hard for some lawmakers to know what their best bet is to stay in office, Jones said. The new District 29, which is Garcia's district, has changed pretty substantially. It actually is more the current District 18 than the old District 29, he said. That could be a place where she's the one that loses out, because that district, while it has a narrow Hispanic majority in the Democratic Party, black voters represent a narrow plurality. In other words, she needs them black faces in those spaces to secure the seat. You know why? And I'm, you know, it's unfortunate to have to say this. They know those voters aren't reading. They don't know anything about their voting history. They have no idea what these people truly represent. It's name recognition. Oh, that lady came to my school. Oh, that man used to be at the park. Oh, I see their name on the signs. I see their mailers in the mail. That's really what it is. Being a businessman and doing from mail marketing to online marketing to street teams, it's all of that's why even McDonald's, one of the biggest, most well-known companies in the world, 2-year-olds know who that company is. Take the name McDonald's off and just throw the arches up. Children know who they are. People in Russia, Italy, Africa, whatever, know who they are. Now, with them being that popular, that well-known, why is it that they're on our radio, our television, and our internet every hour, on the hour, constantly? McDonald's, Coca-Cola, same thing. And everybody knows them. Why? Because they know you have to keep it in front of people, plant it in their subconscious. Then when there comes up a choice for them to decide, Pepsi or Coke, or, you know, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, or this new breath of fresh air, name recognition wins out. So that's why marketing, and getting in front of people is so big. And that's what these folks do. They go to the hood. And I don't care if it's just one day, but imagine you're a poor kid in the hood and this person that you see on TV, whether they're doing a good job or a bad job, stops into your school. They looking good. They shining. They probably smell great. They got people all around them. They look like, oh, it's amazing. And you remember that. And you want to support that without really knowing what's going on. How do I know? Growing up in the Detroit public school systems, I did it. I remember going out and working for John Conyers when I was young. Me and a friend of mine, we used to pass out flyers and posters for John Conyers. I didn't know crap about politics, but they was paying us $7 a day. And we were going out there. I was literally like 12, 13 years old, 11, something like that, with John Conyers. Now, as a man, I don't stand for crap that John Conyers represent at all. He's a former congressional member from Michigan at all. But back then, oh man, I was working for Conyers. That was a big deal. My family all thought it was a big deal. And they didn't pay attention to the voting policy. Now we look back and say, good God, this guy was one of the worst. But that's how it works in these low income areas. They don't ever see celebrities. And yes, a politician, anybody they've ever seen on TV is a celebrity to them. Or on social media where it's getting a lot of attention, that's a celebrity to them. And those Democrats play on that. That's why they take the lowest educated, the highest impoverished, and they chop that up into all the districts they can, because they know those people just want to touch something that's close to special. You know what I'm saying? And that's enough for them to get that vote without those people knowing you're literally voting against your own betterment. They don't even know that. But hey, I digress from that. There's a similar situation playing out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. You have 3 Democratic seats that are being crushed into effectively 2, Jones said. The safest person there is Jasmine Crockett in her District 30, but Mark Veazey, who comes out from Fort Worth, is being pushed over into Dallas, and he's actually pushing out Julie Johnson. She's a congresswoman there who will have to decide either to run in her current district, which is going to be very, very Republican, or challenge someone like Congresswoman Beth Van Doon. These maps are not set in stone. Several lawsuits have already been filed, including one by the NAACP. Now, what they got to do with what's going on there? They always talk about the disenfranchisement of the black vote. And when they go look at the percentages of people that actually vote, especially in the midterms, the amount, it's like I said, it's a whole, this stuff is, the more you dig into it, the more wrapped up in BS you realize it is, the more upset you get with these people in power. And how could you do that to the people? But another lawsuit filed by the LULAC on behalf of 13 Texas residents claims the redrawn districts are racially discriminatory and violate voter protection laws. Now, do you really think 13 people in those districts, in that district, put together some money, got a lawyer to file a lawsuit about being racially and discriminatory? You know that didn't happen. You know that that's Democrat lobbyists giving some money to some people who don't obey. I'm gonna give you $10,000 for the year. Put your name on this. Them people probably had no idea what the words was inside that suit. I'm willing to bet on that. But they're unlikely to effectively decide that until at least after the 2026 election. And more likely than not, that will be something decided after the 2028 election, he said. So the maps may change for the 2030 election, but the most likely scenario is that these are the maps that are definitely in place for 2026, and more likely than not in place for 2028 as well, unless the Texas Republicans decide once again they want to reconfigure and have another mid-decade redistricting after the 2026 elections. So there you have it, y'all. These folks got to put up a shut up now. You got to compete now. No more of the BS one-liners. Nobody cares about those. You know, throwing up there, everything is, oh, hate Trump, hate Trump. Everybody knows you hate Trump now. What are you going to do? We know that. And see, that's the thing. They have no plan, so it's a constant deflection. And I'm glad for their rejection. And I hope that in the next election, the people make a different selection and take their cities and their districts in another direction. How you like that? That's a bad. I'm gonna end it on that. So hey, listen, I'm happy about this. They out of here like yesterday. And now it's all about the forward path. So if you hung out with me this far and watched the video, I appreciate you. I want to say thank you from the top and bottom of my heart. If you haven't already, hit that like button. If you aren't subscribed, subscribe. And then most importantly, make sure that you stay safe and you be great. I'm Brian Maxwell saying I look forward to seeing you at the top. Over and out, y'all.